We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996 and won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. I saw a commercial a few years ago.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation made a promise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. He set a great example for all of us. He died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. When he died, we didn't have any income coming in, and we ended up being forced to move out of our house. I was devastated. So I understand what these families are going through, and to have an organization like Tunnel to Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in, I think that's just amazing. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to t2t.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST.
The best of quarter horse racing is always at Los Alamitos. The nation's top juveniles face off in trials for our richest race. The Los Alamitos 2 Million on Sunday, November 23rd. Golden State Million winner in force and Ed Burke Million winner Jess I'm Worth It are among the great stars in action. Then on Sunday, November 30th, super sophomores will race in the Southern California Derby Trials with shaking going on at astronomical 1, 2, 3 set to race. It's a November of thrills at Los Alamitos.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the race books and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning. All righty, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas radio program and the YouTube streaming television side of it, the video side of it. We welcome you to the show on a very damp and cold gaming capital of the world. We're here right at the South Point Hotel Casino Complex on Las Vegas Boulevard in your gaming capital, and of course on the South Point Streaming Network at YouTube. And on the radio here in town at Sports Talk 1400 AM 107.1 FM. We welcome you to the show and, of course, all of our other platforms, our websites, the phone apps, and, of course, podcasting. However, wherever, whenever, welcome to the show. It's raining out here, and it's going to be raining for most of the day out here. Right now, it's 52 degrees and raining. So if you're out there listening to us on the radio, got to be real careful because when these roads get slick, there's the drivers here in Vegas just don't slow down. They think they can just go to the same speed when it's a dry surface, and that's not the case. And by virtue and witness of a couple of accidents on the way in this morning, so be careful out there. And this goes for all of you around the country, wherever you're at. If it's wet or snowing or whatever, slow down. It's really that simple. All right, so we welcome you to the show. It's going to be raining out here all day today. 52 right now, and we're only going to get up to 55, okay? So that means the weather pattern as far as the temperature is going to stay the same all throughout the day. It's just going to be an overcast and kind of yicky type of day. We need the water, though. We need the rain, so we'll just put up with it right here in Las Vegas. But the race book here is always fast, firm, perfect, comfortable, and dry. So if you're going to come out and play the races, come on out to the South Point and enjoy the races, since you can't do anything outside anyhow. So come on and, play the races today on this Friday as we ramp it up for the weekend. And, of course, as that's the weather here. By the way, if you're planning on coming up over the weekend, this rain is supposed to dissipate by this evening, and it'll be like cloudy and a little bit of maybe a pocket here or there early tomorrow morning on Saturday, and then it's supposed to clear out for the rest of the weekend here in Las Vegas. As far as the rest of the country is concerned, well, Southern California is getting more of that rain. You know what happens when Southern California gets the rain. We usually get it a couple of days later, and that's what happened as far as Southern California. That's why Del Mar has been canceled for today. They got a whole bunch of rain down there, and we'll wait and see the current conditions in Southern California for maybe what's going to happen tomorrow. And from John Lindo, when he calls up from Southern California there. But right now, they're still getting the remnants of this pocket of rain that's sitting over Los Angeles and San Diego and Las Vegas and going into the Phoenix, etc., and then it's making its way across country. The rain that we had a couple of days ago here in Southern California and here in Las Vegas has already made its way through the Midwest of the country. So it's a lot of rain going on in Illinois and places like Nashville and in Kentucky. Now, you saw what happened in Kentucky yesterday. It was an off track yesterday. I'm assuming it's going to be an off track again today. As far as the fairgrounds that opened yesterday, there's a lot of activity going on at the fairgrounds now as far as the weather is concerned. Now, it was a beautiful day yesterday when they opened up the fairgrounds in New Orleans, but that weather might have changed because it looks like there's a lot of cloud cover and rain going on over the Louisiana. And so we'll wait and see if it escapes New Orleans. Remember, New Orleans is right at the tip before you get to the Gulf of America, I should say. And so that's strictly the weather there. Now, that weather that's moving through like Nebraska, et cetera, and Colorado, and moving through Missouri, and then through Illinois and Kentucky and Tennessee, that's making its way to the East Coast. And I understand that they're expecting bad weather and rain in New York for tomorrow. So we'll wait and see what happens at Aqueduct tomorrow as well. So that system is moving across. We're getting another system now that's coming through Southern California. So some of the major racing tracks that are racing around the country, we might have some off-going this weekend. Long story short. Anyhow, Miami looks good, so it looks like it'll be okay down there in Florida and Gulfstream Park, okay? It did open yesterday, Fairgrounds, for their big meet there at the Fairgrounds, and Paco Lopez, as you know, that's been tagged and suspended by HISA, but HISA does people in Louisiana racing, does not adhere to HISA. They haven't joined their government thing or whatever, so he gets to race down there. And Paco won the second race at the Fairgrounds yesterday for Joe Sharp, paying $3.40. He came back and won the fourth race for Shane Wilson, paying $4.80. And then Paco got his third win of the day, and the last race also for Joe Sharp. So Paco Lopez and Joe Sharp got 2 wins together. Paco 3 overall on the day. That horse paid $7.40 in the last race. And as far as the couple of stakes races were concerned, the John Valin Memorial was won by Rising Inflation, Isaac Castillo for Jonathan Wong, who has also been suspended by HISA, but he's down there training horses at Fairgrounds. He wins that stakes race, paying $3.60. And then the Joseph R. Peluso Memorial, the second stakes race on the day, was won by Mr. Mo Money for Thomas Pompel and Brett Brickman, and that paid $45.40 in an upset there. So taking a look at what happened in the signal at Fairgrounds yesterday, noticed a nice new tote board out in the infield. That thing is really nice, state-of-the-art tote board out in the infield. The turf looked great at the Fairgrounds yesterday for the horses running on the turf course. But I got to tell you, the Fairgrounds sits, it's one of the oldest racetracks in America. Okay, it's like 185 or something years that they've been running down there. So they got these huge, big trees in the middle of the infield. These trees are big, like 200 years old. They're just huge trees. Can't cut them down because it would just be sacrilegious to cut down these beautiful natural artifacts. And so when they go down the backstretch, the pan camera, they go behind trees for a long time down the backstretch, so you know what's going on. My suggestion to the folks there at the Fairgrounds might be, all these racetracks are starting to use these drones now. Get hip to it, buddies, because it would be nice to see the horses running down the backstretch. And even if we don't get the usual pan camera shot, if we can get at least a drone shot, we know what's going on. But that's the only thing I could see out of the simulcast signal that I saw yesterday. But overall, it was a great grand opening there at the Fairgrounds yesterday. The pick six paid a little over $2,100, almost $2,196 and change there at the Fairgrounds yesterday. Paco was the riding star of the day, and Joe Sharp got a couple of wins as a trainer. Got to tell you, in the seventh race, though, the winner there, 2-year-old maiden at 6 furlongs, filly 2-year-old maiden race. Winner was Copper Wind under James Graham, riding for Steve Asmussen, okay? Morning line was 7-2. This horse wins and pays $18. How about that? 7-2 to $18. I don't know if CAW was involved in that race, but if they did, they bet the wrong horse because that horse went up from 7-2 to an $18 mutual. So at least in that race yesterday, the odds worked the other way. Churchill Downs, second race. Jose Ortiz checks in with his first win for Tom Amos, paying $11.74. And in the fourth race, the fourth race was a very, very interesting race and a very emotional, I think, race as well. The winner there was 3 Technique. 3 Technique paid $5.60 for trainer Jason Cook. But the rider was Rafael Bejarano. Now, Bejarano, as you know, has been out over 3 months with an injury. He came back yesterday, and this was his first mount back. So congratulations to Rafael Bejarano with his first ride back, getting a winner as the favorite at $5.60 after a 3-month respite recovering from racing injuries there. Bejarano back. All right, and then we get to, by the way, Joe Sharp had a winner at Churchill yesterday, too. He won the 5th race with IRAD aboard, paying $7 even. The 6th race gave Brother Jose his second win on the day for Sherry DeVoe, paying $3.06. And then Jose Ortiz got his 3rd win of the day in the 9th race for Norm Cassie, paying $7.88. And then he came back and won the 10th race at Churchill for his 4th win of the day for trainer Steve Asmussen, who was getting his win there. Steve Asmussen finished 1st and 2nd in the last race. Now, the winner paid $5.40, but the second-place finisher in the race was 45-1. Steve Asmussen, 8-5 and 45-1. If you couple the Asmussen horses in an exacta, the $2 exacta paid $156.68. By the way, in the race that Bejarano won, Jonathan Nardoon had a play in that race, but he specified that was only on the turf only. This play was only for the turf only. It wasn't on the turf. It was transferred to the main track because of the off-going, so no foul. No foul there for Jonathan in that race. His horse well, the horse did not perform well, but it was on the muddy racetrack, and Jonathan said turf only on that, okay? Pick 6 paid a little over $2,000, almost $2,100 yesterday at Churchill. And then at Aqueduct yesterday, Flavien Prat won his first race of the day, and the first race of the day for Chad Brown, paying $3.36. Manny Franco got started with his first win of the day in the second race for Amelia Green, paying $2.86. And Jose Lezcano got his first win of the day in the third race, paying $13.68 for Linda Rice's first win of the day. All right. Then Flavien Prat came back with his second win of the day in the fourth race for Michelle Nevin, paying $6.92. Manny Franco came back with his second win of the day in the fifth race for Gustavo Rodriguez, paying $17.66. And yes, Jose Lezcano came back for his second win of the day in the sixth race for Dick Dutrow Jr., paying $10.62. Manny Franco then started his next series. Franco got his third win of the day for Brad Cox in the seventh race at $6.08. And Linda Rice got her second win of the day with Kendrick Carmouche aboard a horse called Penn Street. Penn Street paid $28.38. Yes, that was Jonathan Hardoon's pick on the show. If you remember, he said if Linda Rice claimed this horse back, she knows something. Well, he ran down and beat the even money favorite in that race. Penn's Street, Kendrick Carmouche, Linda Rice's second win of the day, $28.38. Jonathan Hardoon's was the big handicap winner of the day. And then in the ninth race, Linda Rice got her third win of the day, and Flavien Prat got his third win of the day. Together, they won the ninth race, paying $5.40. So Manny Franco, Flavien Prat, and Linda Rice all checked in with a trio of winners yesterday. And Jonathan came up with, by the way, folks, the highest priced winner on the day with $28.38. And by the way, I saw posted on X, or Twitter, X, that a gentleman listening to the Race Day Show used Jonathan's pick in a horse contest yesterday, and he won the National Horse Contest, the National Horse Championship feeder. It's the National Horse Racing Tournament feeder. He won that yesterday with Jonathan's horse, so congratulations to him. Way to go. Love that kind of stuff, that's for sure. All righty. HISA. I'm talk about HISA for a minute here. Trainer Antonio Meraz got a 2-year suspension. He's a Midwest-based trainer for a horse that had a violation of a drug on the 12th day of February at Mahoning Valley. Now, it took him quite a while to get a hearing with an arbitrator. All right? And so the arbitrator hearing was held, and he is still on suspension from HISA for the 2 years for the drug violation. But even the case arbitrator, in his opinion, wrote he thought the suspension and the length of the suspension was excessive, suggested only a 3-month suspension. So we'll wait and see if they take his suggestion or not. But even the arbitrator said it was way over for that drug violation. And by the way, HISA has now a new medical advisory committee. This is not for the horses. This medical advisory committee is for the jockeys, for their safety, the protocols for their safety and their health. 9 members, 9 doctors are on this committee. So now we're going to get into the health of the jockeys. Well, there's another Pandora's box that's opening, that's for sure. In any case, HISA has been under quite criticism in certain areas, that's for sure, and they're still taking an open forum for suggestions about some of the suspensions they use and how they use them, etc. Just a bailiwick of problems there, that's for sure. All right, one quick note. Now, you know, we're coming up next week to Thanksgiving, okay? We are going to do a Thanksgiving Day show, even though Aqueduct and Del Mar will not have Thanksgiving Day cards. But Churchill and Fairgrounds will. As a matter of fact, there are 5 racetracks that will be racing on Thanksgiving Day, and 2 of them, of course, Churchill and Fairgrounds. So we're going to do a Thanksgiving Day show on next Thursday. So we'll be here with the Thanksgiving show, as usual, at 7 a.m. And coming up early next week on Monday and Tuesday, we don't do shows, but on Monday and Tuesday, Zia Park in New Mexico, over the 2 days of Monday and Tuesday, will hold 15 stakes races. 15 stakes races, highlighted by the Zia Derby on Tuesday for $300,000. So Zia Park is putting all of their stakes races, both the New Mexico bred stakes races for New Mexico breds and their other stakes races like the Zia Derby and the Zia Oaks, etc., on a 2-day run, Monday and Tuesday of next week. So if you're thinking about playing some races, that's the place to do it. Zia Park's going to be big stakes races there for Monday and Tuesday. And, of course, like I said, Thanksgiving, there'll be 5 tracks running on Thanksgiving. Okay, we got the latest. Still raining outside here in Las Vegas, but in any case, we have our handicappers with us. Jonathan Hardoon will be back. Can't wait to hear who he's got today. And Rich Eng will be with us. Rich Eng gave us the winner of the NFL game last night, and he didn't even need the 6 points. The Houston Texans beat the Buffalo Bills straight up last night in Houston. So we get Richie a winner there in the NFL. And, of course, John Linda will be checking in with us, and Jerry J, of course, for Aqueduct today. And you still have your racing menu to go. So we'll be right back after our first break. Don't forget to get on the YouTube streaming network of Race Day and start chatting away in the chat box. All you have to do is subscribe. If you haven't already, it's free. And the subscribers are getting it done. They got a lot of chatting going on there. So get to it if you haven't already. You'll have a lot of fun. We'll be right back.
South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
The best of quarter horse racing is always at Los Alamitos. The nation's top juveniles face off in trials for our richest race. The Los Alamitos 2 Million on Sunday, November 23rd. Golden State Million winner Enforce and Ed Burke Million winner Jess I'm Worth It are among the great stars in action. Then on Sunday, November 30th, Super Sophomores will race in the Southern California Derby Trials with shaking going on at astronomical 1, 2, 3 set to race. It's a November of thrills at Los Alamitos.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Just want to remind you that the racing menu each and every day reflects the first post times of the Pacific time zone. And so if you're in the Pacific time zone, as we are here in Las Vegas, these will be the first post times that roll out in the race book. And, of course, the first post times are Pacific, as we announce on the menu. If you're not in it, adjust to it so you don't miss anything like I miss Mom and Dad. But before we get started with the menu... Got to give you those temperatures. Miami, 81. New York, 55 degrees and cloudy. Chicago, 48 degrees and cloudy, and probably a little rain there, too. And in Southern California, it is raining, 63 degrees. Here in Las Vegas, of course, it is raining. We already gave you the temperature here. We're at 52 right now. We're going to get up to 55, though, before the day is out. Now, Phoenix, Arizona is 65 degrees today, and it is far from being the hottest spot in the country. You know what it is. Brownsville, Texas is going to be 90 degrees today. The entire country is in the wintertime already, and this place is still getting the summertime heat. Wow. Okay, now we'll go to the racing menu for today. We begin with Laurel Park. 9 races today at Laurel Park. First post time at Laurel is at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. at Laurel today. Aqueduct Racetrack. We'll take a look at the what they have posted as their conditions today at Aqueduct. Aqueduct, they say it's cloudy, 48 degrees. Track is fast. The outer turf course is labeled firm. The inner turf course, of course, is closed. So those are the conditions today at Aqueduct. And at first post time there at the Big A for 9 races is set at 9:10. Okay, 9:10, first post at Aqueduct today. All right, next up comes Gulfstream Park. Now, Gulfstream Park has their Rainbow Pick 6 jackpot carryover standing at $93,377. They have 9 races at Gulfstream and a first post time of 9:20. 9:20 for their first post time at Gulfstream. Churchill Downs, 10 races. I'm expecting off going today at Churchill Downs. 10 races today at Churchill. Their Pick 6 jackpot, $162,119. $162,119 in the Pick 6 jackpot at Churchill today. First post time for their 10 races set at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. at Churchill. Fairgrounds, day 2 of their current meet, the opening meet here, the Fairgrounds. Fairgrounds first post time for 9 races is set at 10:45. 10:45 at the Fairgrounds. And again, their first post time at the Fairgrounds is 10:45 for their 9 races. Okay, Woodbine, north of the border. They have 11 races today. Their first post time is 1:30. Woodbine has 2 carryovers. Pick 6 jackpot carryover, $4,937. And their Super High 5 jackpot carryover, $150,585. 10 races today at Woodbine. First post time is at 1:30. Delta Downs has 9 races. Their first post time at Delta is set at 2:45. 2:45 at Delta Downs. Charlestown will kick in with their racing card at 4 o'clock. They have a Pick 6 jackpot carryover of $16,981. $16,989 in the Charlestown Pick 6 jackpot carryover. 8 races. First post time is at 4 p.m. And Remington Park wraps it up. Remington Park's first post time for their 9 races is also at 4 p.m. And that's your racing menu for today, Friday. Now let's get out to the big handicapper of the day yesterday, Jonathan Hardoon. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you?
I'm doing fine, my man, especially with the $28 winner there. And it was kind of nice because now obviously when things work out, it's always nice to talk about them. And that you explained why you liked the horse when you gave out the pick yesterday.
Yeah, it was a plan that actually worked out well. She lost the horse for $16,000, and then a week later she went back and reclaimed the horse for $40,000. So she kind of tipped her hand, that she obviously liked the horse. But Kendrick Carmouche gave that horse an unbelievable ride, Ralph. He was traveling, well throughout, and he looked like he was going to be there the whole time. And sure enough, he got up, and he beat the other Linda horse in the race, who was a much shorter price.
Yeah. In fact, the big favorite, I think the even money favorite, finished off the board, didn't he?
Yeah, the first 2 choices in the race, no good.
No good.
Neither one ran well. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good stuff there. That's for sure. Coming up this weekend at the Big A, what's your weatherman in your part of the country say?
Well, he was dead wrong last Saturday, if you remember. They expected a total washout. Well, it looks like he looked at last week's weather report. He's giving it back again and hoping to get it right this time because they are expecting rain all day tomorrow. But as of now, it's just overcast. They'll get through today without any weather. But again, they don't seem to get it right too often. But it does look like it's going to rain tomorrow.
All righty. Did you partake at all in at least a glance at what was going on down there at the fairgrounds? Looked pretty good down there yesterday.
I should have, but I didn't. I'll catch up before the week is over. I'm gonna go. But now you're telling me that it's going to rain today. I like for them to run over these tracks for a week or two before I really start to get involved.
Well, and they have a long meet there. Usually,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, they usually used to open their meet on Thanksgiving or like the Thanksgiving week, but they did it a week earlier because, like Churchill Downs, Thanksgiving is a big day for racing down there in New Orleans.
Yeah, and it's nice to see Paco Lopez off to a good start. I mean, that really sticking it to Heisa pretty good by doing that. I mean, what do you have, 3 wins yesterday?
Yeah.
And a couple for Joe Sharp. And Jose Ortiz is still in Kentucky, so I guess he's going to get first call for most of his horses, at least until Ortiz gets down there. And listen, he's off to a good start. How do you take him off after he wins races on your horses? So it's going to be a sticky situation.
Yes, that will certainly be where your jockey agent comes in, and the quick-talking jockey agent is the guy that usually will get it done. But in any case, you're right. Paco is getting what they call in the business a leg up on Jose for the fairgrounds. And, but Churchill is, I think their closing weekend is next weekend or something like that. It's coming up.
Yeah, after Thanksgiving. They close, I think, next Sunday.
Sunday, yeah. So he's got about.
If no one hits that pick 6, it's going to grow, and I'm sure they're hoping that nobody hits it till next week.
Well, I will certainly participate if it's a mandatory payoff. So, and I know a lot of people out there will. Hey, isn't it nice to know that one of the listeners out there used your pick to win the feeder for the National Handicapping Championship, the NTRA one that happens here? And wouldn't it be nice if he parlayed his entry from yesterday and winning that into winning the championship?
Yeah, it would be a great story. Somebody texted me the thing from Twitter, and it's nice. It's nice when you help people out. That's the whole idea of the show, Ralph. We try to point people in the right direction while trying to teach them things along the way.
Absolutely, and you put it right square, exactly what our mission is here, trying to get some winners for folks, trying to give them the latest on what's happening in the great sport that we all share a passion for, and learning something along the way. I know I am never too old to learn something.
No one's too smart, and everyone can learn something new every day. You could have been in this game for 100 years, Ralph, believe me. And on the 101st year, you're going to learn something new, because that's just the nature of the game.
And not to mention the fact that if you think you saw everything in racing, you haven't seen anything yet. It's one of those things where you just never know what's going to happen. By
the way, Ralph, it's nice of Heisa to set up this thing for the jockeys. When are they going to set something up for the players? So far, everything they've done, I'm still trying to figure out the first good thing they did for players.
Well, I think if they did something for us players, it'd be a committee of psychologists.
Yeah, right.
They're gonna, because they're gonna think we're all halfway nuts anyhow. But anyhow, yes, they have a staff of doctors that I guess are going to look after the jockeys in some respect. I don't mind that. Anything that'll help along the way, but don't be overbearing on it and like Heisa. Everybody, it's almost a constant, an opinion of most people out there. It's universal that some of the suspensions and some of the penalties that they're giving both trainers and jockeys are penalties that are kind of like over the top, and not to mention the fact that they were. I guess they're getting a little better about it now, but they were doling out the penalties immediately. And then later on, they decide to reinstate somebody or something. But by that time, they've done damage to their reputation and their business.
Look at the guy they suspended for 2 years that you were talking about in your preamble.
Yeah.
And then the arbitrator agrees with the trainer that the penalty was excessive.
Yeah.
So when you put a trainer out of business for 2 years, you might as well just tell them, hand over the keys, because you're going to lose all your customers. You're not going to get, obviously, there'll be trainers there where people will be loyal and come back to them. Yeah. But when a trainer goes out of business for 2 years, Ralph, it's like the death penalty. It really is.
I don't want to, misplace the name, because who was the trainer on the East Coast? Was it Dutrow? They got a suspension?
10 years.
10 years. That's it. He got a 10-year suspension. But
he served every day of it.
Yes.
They didn't let him back one day early.
Yes.
But that had nothing to do with Heisa. That was Naira going after him, whatever. That suspension started way before Heisa was even.
Absolutely. But they took a decade of earning for this trainer away from him in his lifetime. And he came back with vengeance because he's training very well right now and his horses are doing well, which tells you everything you need to know about his ability to be a trainer. And they took 10 years of that high ability of training away from him.
And he was training top-notch horses. He was training, Breeders' Cup horses, Derby contenders. He wasn't, he didn't have a small operation. He had a big operation, and they basically shut him down for 10 years.
Now, I'm of the opinion if you're violating rules, etc., that to seem unfair, you have to be punished for it. But the punishment has to meet the crime. Detro didn't kill anybody. Well, okay, so.
He has a wild personality. People either love him or hate him, and he was on the wrong side of a lot of people in Naira. The hierarchies didn't like him, and a lot of those suspensions were for parking violations, ridiculous things. So when you read that the guy has 40, suspensions, read what the suspensions were before you go and just accuse him of being a bad guy.
And that kind of holds same true with Heisa and Paco Lopez. I mean, they've got, Paco.
They got it into him, Ralph, but he gave it right back to them. So he'll be spending the winter in Louisiana, and he'll be fine.
He sneezes the wrong way, and they give him 5 days. But in any case, yes, he's making a living down there, and that's good stuff. All right, so what are we going to do? We got to just keep the mojo going with that $28 horse.
Yeah. Well, let's go to Aqueduct and look at the 9th and final race today. It's a 1.16 on the outer turf course. And I like the number 5 horse in here, Blame It on KJ. This is a 3-year-old gelding who has 4 career starts. Each race is better than the previous one. Last time out, he was breaking from the 11 post. He was wide on the first turn, wide on the second turn, wider turning for home. Just draw a line through that race. He's listed at 6-1 on the morning line. He draws a much better post today. Louis Rivera aboard to ride number 5. Blame It on KJ wins today's 9th and final out at Aqueduct.
All right, Blame It on KJ. The 5 horse in the 9th and final at Aqueduct is your play. 6-1 on the morning line. Might get a little bet there because the 2-1 morning line favorite Before the Wind has been scratched out of that race in that event. So, but the 5 is your play in the 9th race at Aqueduct, and we'll blame it.
Churchill,
and we'll blame it on you.
Blame it on JH.
All right, let's go to Churchill.
Okay, let's look at the 4th race today. This is 6.5 furlongs. It's a maiden claiming event. And the number 11 horse in here, Reyes Sunshine, a 4-year-old filly from the Chris Hartman barn. Tyler Bacon aboard to ride. This horse has 7 starts, 2 of them on the dirt, 5 of them on the turf. The 2 races on the dirt, either one of them wins this race. He draws a good outside box going 6.5 furlongs. Number 11, Reyes Sunshine, wins today's 4th race out at Churchill Downs.
He will not win the 4th race at Churchill. He has been scratched.
Oops.
Reyes Sunshine is a late scratch in that race. I'll give you the other one in that race. The 10, Pauline's Angel, is also scratched.
Well, I got no alternates there. So I didn't like the card to begin with. Now I'm going to like it a little less, I guess.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, Ralph. One selection today. We'll make up for it tomorrow.
Well, we'll see. I'm going to give him a horse that you have a special marking on, if you don't mind, at Churchill in the last race. It'll be my interpretation of your sheet, okay? Which is always dangerous. But in any case, in the 10th and final race, a race for 2-year-old maiden fillies at 6 furlongs, you like the 9 Fleeting Moon, which is 8-1 on the morning line with Luis Saez. The 9.
No, I think I like the 10 horse in there. Where'd you get the 9 from? He's a first-time starter. I don't think I would be giving out a first-time starter.
I'm sorry? I stand corrected. You like the 10 in that race, so we're going to give him the 10. You're right. My pen was a little squiggly then. The 10 horse is your play.
You can't even interpret numbers that are right in front of you.
I know. It's raining out. Know You Like a Book. Is that right? Know You Like a Book?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you like the book,
All
Ralph.
right. So I'm going to give that horse out as your selection there, the 10th race. But it's on me if it loses. Okay. The 10 in the 9th race at Churchill. But now that I've slipped, it might be a Freudian slip. So I'm going to box the 9, 10, 10, 9 in that 10th race at Churchill. In any case, Jonathan has all the right selections for you on his sheet. His right selections for Churchill and Aqueduct at your website.
JONHARDOON.com. Thank you, Ralph. Stay safe and be well. We'll chat tomorrow.
You got it, my man. Thanks a lot. All right. And I'm gonna take a little break, and then we're gonna come back, and I'll see how I can screw up Rich Ang. Don't go away.
Thank you, buddy.
There are many families that need your help. I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I'm asking you to support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation in their efforts to deliver mortgage-free homes to catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star, and fallen first responders families with young children, as well as eradicating homelessness amongst our veterans. Everybody knows where the money's going, every single dollar. God bless you. Please contribute $11 a month to support their efforts by visiting t2t.org.
Are you ready to lock in your bets and cash in on the games this weekend? Get weekly football winners from Alex White, Chris Andrews, and Vinny Malulo.
I did take the dog 3.5.
I'm going to stay with the Colts here. That's definitely going to be one of my plays.
If the Bears have turned the corner, they have to take care of business in this game.
Yes.
Tune in for behind-the-book perspectives you won't find anywhere else.
Well, if you're looking to bet the under, you're going to get a better number.
The wise guys are certainly not going to play the favorites.
I know if it hits 7, don't blink. Maybe that's what bettors are waiting for.
Every NFL matchup, every college game that matters, the spreads, the stats, and the smart money plays.
Is there a way to bet against both teams?
Get your winning edge with Football Frenzy, streaming on YouTube every Friday at noon Pacific.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas, a quick update, a quick note that at Churchill Downs, they're off the turf today at Churchill, which decimates the 8th race there. They've got quite a few scratches in the 8th race there. So they're off the turf today at Churchill Downs, and that'll take care of the 5th race and the 8th race. So the 5th and the 8th races are off the turf today. At Churchill. Okay, now let's go out to Rich Ang standing by. Richie, good morning.
Good morning, Ralphie. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, listeners.
All right, scenario. Over under total on a game, 43.5. The total in the first half of the game, 36. And it doesn't go over.
Oh, you're talking about last night.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't.
Here's the thing. Do you believe that two teams that amassed 36 points in the first half of a game would only amass a total of 6 points total in the second half of the game? I mean, that is almost impossible.
Yeah, that is unusual. When you think you get 85, 90% of the job done with the total, and you can't get a few more points in the second half to go over. That's that's a bad beat, Ralph. But if you bet the Houston Texans, it was you really didn't have to sweat. I mean, there was no point in the game where the Buffalo Bills were up by 6 points. If you bet the Texans on the money line, you did have to sweat because right at the end of the game, the Bills were making a run to try to steal the verdict, and the Texans intercepted that 4th down pass. That was a really, when I talked yesterday about the game, Ralph, I talked about how the Houston Texans have maybe the best defense in the National Football League. And if you watched that game last night, I can't remember the last time Josh Allen was under siege like that. He was sacked 8 times. Mm-hmm. He was under pressure at least that many times, if not more.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of like the 1985 Chicago Bears when they would just maraud through teams, overcoming the offensive line and pressuring the quarterbacks. They were just all over Josh Allen. Now, I don't know whether it's a problem with the Bills or just that the Texans defense is that good, Ralph, but I'll tell you this. If the Texans can sneak into the playoffs as a wild card, they are going to be a tough team to play in that first round because the defense wins championships. They have a great defense. They just need to score enough points so the defense can hold on. And great win. It was a nice win. I'm happy that happened.
Well, I can tell you this, that I don't think it's just all the problem of the Buffalo front line, because Houston has won 5 games, and they won it with their defense. Now the 6th game, by the way, they're 6 games up. They got 6 wins on the year, and it's all on that defense, that's for sure. They get their quarterback, by the way, after this little respite from playing Thursday night for their next game, so we'll wait and see about that. Richie, I know that on days like today when they canceled racing at Del Mar, that sometimes you'll give a special out to the race day fans. You did that last week for your picks, because what you do is you'll have a picks, a best play pick and sheet that you have, that you comb the entire country for plays for your pick sheet today. And so are you going to repeat that?
Yeah, I'm actually going to do it just like last week. Saturday, I had a free simulcast play of the day sheet, Ralph, and I had 70 people email me for it from race day, and I got everybody done. It took a lot of finger movements to get the file sent, but I'm more than happy to do it. So once again, I'm giving away the Friday simulcast play of the day sheet to anyone who emails me at rich_ing@yahoo.com, rich_ing@yahoo.com. Just fire me off an email. I'll send you the file right back. I get 10 horses from coast to coast, Ralph.
Now, you got 10 horses. Over how many tracks did you get those picks at?
It's like 4 or 5 tracks, something like that.
Well, give me one.
Race number 6, it's the Lake Ontario Stakes at Woodbine. It's a field of 8, and I really like the outside horse, Ciunas, C-I-U-N-A-S. Ramon Hernandez is riding for Hall of Fame trainer Roger Atfield. One of the angles, not only is this horse fast enough to win, but it's first-time Lasix out of the 8 horses in the field. This is the only one who's a first-time Lasix, so I expect improvement from the 8 Ciunas, 7-2 in race 6.
All right, 6th race at Woodbine, one of their 2 stakes races today. And the 6th race, you like the 8 Ciunas? We'll just call him a winner. The 8 horse and the 6th race at Woodbine. Get that sheet right now, free of charge. Again, give them quickly your where they get it, your address, and we'll let you go.
Rich, R-I-C-H _ing, E-N-G @yahoo.com.
All right. Thanks a lot, Rich, for the offer for the listeners and the watchers out there on race day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Hey, thanks, Rob. Good luck, everybody.
All right. We'll be right back with John and Jerry to wrap up this show as it continues to rain in Las Vegas. We'll be right back.
South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style paradise swimming pool. A relaxing getaway where you can bask in the desert sun and enjoy seasonal food and bar service poolside. And if you really want to escape, come to Spa Costa del Sur. From couple suites to a co-ed wet area, our spa caters to business and leisure travelers who want to unwind and elevate their senses. A visit to one of our spa's steam, sauna, or whirlpool treatment rooms will leave any guest feeling like they can take on the world.
The best of quarter horse racing is always at Los Alamitos. The nation's top juveniles face off in trials for our richest race. The Los Alamitos 2 Million on Sunday, November 23rd. Golden State Million winner in force and Ed Burke Million winner Jess I'm Worth It are among the great stars in action. Then on Sunday, November 30th, Super Sophomores will race in the Southern California Derby Trials with shaking going on at astronomical 1, 2, 3 set to race. It's a November of thrills at Los Alamitos.
The Race Day Las Vegas Show, the only exclusive daily local media racing information source in Las Vegas.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Quickly out to John Lindo standing by in Southern California. John, the weather, my man.
It's raining outside, Ralph. It started raining last night, and We're supposed to get rain most of the day today, so not a bad call to cancel the races today. And we are all dirt tomorrow, so as long as it stops raining, I think we should be okay to run tomorrow, and they're prepared for it.
All right. Well, let's keep our fingers crossed about that. And whether you get there, we get it within a 24-hour period. So it's already raining here, and I guess we're going to continue with the rain. Well, you don't have a Del Mar sheet, but you got a Churchill Downs last pick 5 sheet there at right here at the South Point right now. The John Lendo report covers the last 5 races, a late pick 5 at Churchill Downs, and you can get it right now here at the South Point. And John, what are you doing for us today?
Let's go to race number 9 today, Ralph. 9th race at Churchill. Capital Idea, number 6 on the program. This horse has gotten better with every start since joining the Bill Mott stable. That's not a surprise. His main man, Junior Alvarado, back to ride this horse. He likes 2 turns. He likes the wet track, and he can stalk. I think he falls into a good trip here. He's 3-1 on the program, but I think he's going to go down a little bit. There's a late scratch of the morning line favorite, number 4, Not This Boy. So that's not going to help our price, but I still like the horse. Race number 9 at Churchill, number 6, Capital Idea.
Well, that's a capital idea. In the 9th race, number 6, Capital Idea, Alvarado for Mott. That team works good together, as we know. The 6th horse in the 9th race, and that is part, of course, the late pick 5, and he has a suggested late pick 5 sheet right now. The Linda Report right here at the South Point, free of charge, exclusively. You can only get it here at the South Point because they love horse players. And I guess, John, you'll be back to work for Del Mar tomorrow with the Linda Report.
Right, I'll do Del Mar. And I'll also have a late pick 5 at Churchill tomorrow, too.
Oh, good. Well, thank you, my man. Stay dry, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay. Good luck today.
Okay, you got it. Jerry Jackowitz, who is the bucket man. We call him the bucket man on the show. He's got his bucket sitting outside in the yard. Well, how many inches of rain did we get in the last 24 hours here?
Well, I don't know about the last 24 hours, but I'm at about 1.25 inches for the last week. So
1.25 inches of rain in your bucket for the last week here. And it's still raining out.
Yeah, that's what I'm Well, it's sort of stopped up here, but, it stops for a few minutes and then it starts.
Then it starts again. Yeah, those clouds are going to be around for at least another 24 hours.
Yeah, it's pretty soupy outside.
Yeah, considering that John said it's still raining down in Southern California, and that front comes through here, so we're expecting more. Jerry, what happened yesterday is right after the show, when you gave the pick on the show yesterday, the horse got scratched. So I did check. And for some reason, Aqueduct did post the late scratches, at least for today early. And so we have them. So where are we going with the pick today?
All right. Well, yeah, like I said, there's nothing I could do about that.
Yeah, right.
I checked before I come on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go to the 4th race.
Okay.
Now, again, I haven't checked in 5 minutes, so I don't know what's going on.
I'm looking at the late scratches right now, and the 4th race has no late scratches as they have posted at the moment. Go ahead.
Okay. So number 5, Emirates Road, sort of appeals to me. Brad Cox, horse second off a layup. Interesting to mention this as a way of reading form. Here's a 6-year-old gelding who has a lot of spacing in his racing. Very seldom gets to race twice within a 30 or 40-day period. But we're off a layoff. We got 1 race off the layoff, and now we're back in about 35, 40 days. I think this is the right horse, and he's certainly got the figures to do it. So I'll take the 5. I gave him a star.
Okay.
I'll take the 5. Emirates Road, 7-2 in a small field sounds like value. 5 over the 1-2-6, reverse 1-2-6 over the 5, and I probably will press up 2-5-5-2.
Okay, 5 over 1-2-6 in reverse, another 2-5-5-2, but the 5 is the key in the win bet. Manny Franco riding for Brad Cox. They teamed together yesterday to get a win. That was one of 3 Manny Franco's wins yesterday. So maybe Brad and Manny will do it again today, hopefully in the 4th race with number 5, Emirates Road. 5 over 1-2-6 reverse, and another bang on the 2 horse with the 5 as well. Jerry J's Power Page does have a few more star horses and, of course, some pop-out keys and a few V's on his sheet today. So make sure you can get it right now for Aqueduct at jerryjspowerpage.com. All right, Jerry.
Perfectly said.
All right, you got it, my man. Well, we hope that you stay dry where you're at. I'm going to try to stay dry where I'm at, and we'll just we need the water, we need the rain, so we'll just go ahead and
One thing I wanted to say, listening to you and Richie, was a quarterback can't perform like Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen if he can't be protected. The O-line is the most important
Yes,
part.
that's the last word, and you got 5 seconds to say goodbye.
Have a great race day, everybody.